Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I heard is claiming what is rightfully yours. Well, hot diggity dang. I like that. I do. I like that. This reclamation, reclaiming it. I'm not too sure what it is, but I like it. I do. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So, there is just some weird energy in the air today. I hope whatever the weird energy is, that it just stays in its lane and doesn't bother any of y'all, my people. Yeah, because that's not rightfully ours. That stink energy, that's not ours. It's not. And I would like it to go away. Okay, I'm almost ready, guys. I'm almost ready. Let me just pull from. Good God. Good God. Oh my goodness. All right. Here goes, guys. Okay. Now we're ready. Are you guys feeling on edge today? I don't know what this energy is about, but it's feeling weird. All right. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I get it. Oh my goodness. Okay. There's some stuff going on. There is some stuff going on, and whatever this is, it's something that needs to be addressed. Okay. First and foremost, we're starting at the end. This is an upside down cycle. Probably the tail end of it. I'm not sure. Hopefully it's a tail end of an upside down cycle. Whatever it is, it's caca. It's caca. You're being made to feel as though you have no guardian, you have no power, kind of like this sense of trying to get you to think and feel as though you have been forgotten about by soul. I doubt that. I doubt that. I highly doubt that you have been forgotten about by soul. I, in fact, feel the opposite of that. I feel like you have gotten so much confirmation over the last few days, last few weeks, whatever it is. Your soul has been working overtime to get you the confirmations that you need. And there is something just kind of yucky in the air trying to convince you the opposite of the reality that you have actually been living. Don't believe that. Don't believe that. You need to stay focused on one thing, that everything that you have gone through, all of the effort that you've placed into whatever it is that you're needing to do in life, it's going to come to fulfillment. It is going to happen for you. It is already being promised. It's been being promised. You're seeing progression, but it's probably very slow progression. So it's maybe making you feel some type of way, but things are still progressing. You've seen the changes. You've seen the changes within yourself. You've seen the changes in your life. I think it's so easy for us to believe in our insecurities and completely disregard like the proof that we're being shown. There's a lot going on here with the energies. Hold on. Let me figure myself out for a second. I completely forgot to take this off. Hold on. There's something that you're not aware of. There's an attempt to cross boundaries. That needs to be nipped in the bud immediately. Okay. This is like I'm going through something very similar in my own personal journey. This need to be very cognitive of the ways in which um, I'm being enticed to forego the enforcement of my own personal boundaries, right? Like, nope, nope, just hard pass. Nope. I'm serious. Nope. um, so that's going on. Huh. Hmm. Yeah, no, there's an attempt. It's an attempt to get you to agree to not enforcing your boundaries, right? It's don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm okay. I'm going to share something with you guys. Okay. So like for those of you who have been with me for quite a few years, and there's quite a few of you who have, love y'all. I also love the new people. But for those of you who have grown with me over the years, you've seen how I have changed and shifted and become an even more empowered version of myself over the years. And it's been one hell of a journey, right? And I was talking to my husband this morning, and there was a little bit of a circumstance where an individual had expected to have their demands met. Um, and it was almost this thing of like um, presenting me or trying to convince me that I am not the person that I actually am, because they had specific demands and expectations. And it just totally brought me back to one of the last things that I talked about in yesterday's live stream. You know, Blissful had shared something from their work experience that very deeply resonated with me and my work experience. And it's definitely been something that I have struggled to grow through over the years. This thing of over giving, over accommodating, over everything. Yeah, it's just like over excessive, 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 excessive. And I see that back then, um, and those who have been with me for quite a few years, you know this about me. Back then, I just really I existed in a space of insecurity, right? Insecurity. And because I felt very insecure within myself, within my life, I felt like if I overgave, I felt like if I was over accessible to just anybody, that it would prove to people that I'm a good person, because I couldn't see for myself how good of a person I actually am. I've always been a good person. Always, always. From early childhood all the way through till now, no matter what I've been through, no matter what people have done, I've remained in that space of holding my integrity to the utmost degree of accountability, right? Like, no, everything I do with integrity. And so looking back, this conversation, as it was a short conversation my husband and I had, of looking back at how I used to drop everything for people, random people. You inbox me, I will open that. I will spend so much time with you. And it became this thing that was no longer sustainable, because I literally, within 10 minutes, I was getting over 100 messages. It was constant, 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 constant. And it really affected my health. It really affected my health. This thing of dropping everything for others, that wasn't healthy. That definitely was not healthy. And I had to learn the hard way about boundaries and maintaining those boundaries, and that I don't have to explain things to people. I don't have to be like, I'm so sorry that I live. I'm so sorry that I have quite a few children and I spend time with my children and that, you know, my services are not available 24 hours a day. And when you demand something, I'm not able to be like, yes, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Like, no, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. You know, fuck that shit. Claiming what is rightfully yours, your time, your energy, your health, that is rightfully yours. That is rightfully yours. How you spend that time, how you waste your energy or conserve it for things that are important for you, that is rightfully yours. Boundaries are so super important. They are so super de duper important. They just are. You know, there's a way to appeal to other people and have your needs known, and potentially a compromise be presented, one that will maintain the boundaries but also take into consideration special circumstance. And then there's a way to just, like, be an asshole. I'm at a point where if you choose to go the asshole route, just stay on that route. Got nothing to do with me. I'm not going to um I'm not going to compromise myself, right? I'm not going to accommodate any of that. I'm now a priority for myself. My health is a priority to me. My peace is absolutely a priority to me. And if I deem that your presence makes me feel uncomfortable for extremely unhealthy reasons, uh, you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go. That's that. That's that. And no, I'm not a dramatic person. Um, I'm not someone who is quick to jump the gun on how people are and how I perceive them. I have a very well known tendency to keep giving people the benefit of the doubt until it becomes something that I just cannot ignore any further. Like how, your attitude is just too fucking much and I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. It's not worth it to me. It's not worth it the way some people will be so comfortable disturbing your peace, you know? It's not worth it to me. It's just not. When people are comfortable disturbing your peace, um, you got to question, why are you willing to tolerate that? There is something going on that you're not aware of. And that thing that's going on that you're not aware of, it's something that's going on inside you that's causing you to feel as though people have an entitlement to you, your energy, and all of these different things. All of these different things about you. They don't. They don't. You know? Um Right, blissful. These last few interactions are showing me that I am usually a good judge of character pretty quickly and I need to stop gaslighting myself. That's so important. That right there. That is so important. That recognition, this developing awareness of who you actually are is so crucial. It is so, 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 so crucial. I am usually a good judge of character pretty quickly, and I need to stop gaslighting myself. I think for many people in our community, we are very good judges of character. We are, in fact, able to see right from the start the truth of who someone is. And then, of course, for many of us, we then go through a process of convincing ourselves that we are mean, we are this, we are that. Are you? Or is that programming from someone who lacks integrity, who lacks the respect for others, trying to convince you, right? Just um, trying to convince you that you are the issue because you can see the reality of the situation. I mean, um, I have Asperger's. I'm on the autism spectrum. And this is something I did not know this as a child. And the more the more I come across content that helps me to quantify what it means to realize as an adult that you, in fact, are on the autism spectrum, it really helps me to see why I function the way I do, why people have the reactions they have towards me. It's fascinating. It's very, very fascinating because now it's this reclamation of my peace. And I will not allow someone else's misconstrued perception of entitlement to disturb that peace. My peace is mine. My peace is mine. Your peace is yours. You deserve to exist in a space of peace, right? You deserve to acknowledge the accuracy of your intuitive knowing about specific individuals. You deserve that. You deserve to accept how gifted you are. You are not a mean person for accepting that someone is the way they are, for acknowledging it and behaving accordingly. When I say behaving accordingly, you know what I'm talking about? Withholding your presence from people who never had the capacity or the willingness to appreciate your presence and what you are offering to begin with. For those of us who provide services for others, please, please, I hope that you understand no one can purchase you. They can compensate you for the time you will spend with them as you provide them a service, but they are not purchasing you. Please draw that line very deeply in the concrete of your foundation and never forget where that line is. It will preserve your peace. It will give you an expanded sense of your value, your sacredness, the sacredness of your existence just as you are, without offering anything else but the fact that you exist. There is value in that. There is value in you. You have to allow the processes that further ripen your understanding of yourself. Do not allow anyone to convince you that disrespecting yourself, disregarding your boundaries is the right thing to do. No, the fuck it is not. It doesn't matter who it is. You know, I'm thinking about someone who is just so cherished in my heart. Like I just love this person so much. And them popping into my head, it's like the only thing that stops me from encouraging this type of communication, like reaching out to them and being like, you should blah, 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 is, it is not socially acceptable for me to do that due to age. It's not socially acceptable for me to do that. It's just not my place to do that. But if ever I was allowed to hold that space where it is acceptable to advise, I would say, it doesn't matter who it is. When someone hurts you through disappointment, when they consistently disregard the negative impact they have on your heart, your growth, your perception of yourself. You tell them with no fear, no shame, no hesitation, you are so severely disappointing me. You are disappointing me. I need you to step up to the plate and be the person that I need you to be. You are disappointing me. You are hurting me. I look at so many children these days and it's like someone needs to tell the kids you can say that to your parents when they are being such a disappointment to your heart. But again, that's not socially acceptable for me to encourage clear and honest communication. My children are allowed to tell me when they're mad at me. Go ahead, you can be mad. You didn't like my decision. I get it, but I have to be the parent. You might not understand why I've decided the way I have. Uh, It's okay. You can be disappointed with me. You could be angry with me. We don't have to agree, but always have to do what I think is best for you. And when you're done being mad at me, we can talk about why I felt that was the best for you, right? We can talk about that. My kids are allowed to be angry with me. They're allowed to express their disappointment. They're allowed to have the face that tells me, like, they pissed at me. That's fine. I'm still your mom. I'm still your mom. That's okay. It's a difference of opinion. Um, it's my obligation to you as your mother to do what is necessary, not what is popular, right? Right? It's just one of those things. I think for many of us, we haven't learned this. We haven't been given permission to be this honest with ourselves and this honest with other people who are in our lives, who have access to us. And it's causing a lot of problems within us. It's causing us to not claim what is rightfully ours, our space, our sovereign space. What do you need to do? What is it? What is the decision that's needing to be made? Because it feels like part of claiming what is rightfully yours, um, it involves making a decision, a very difficult decision, but one that is also very necessary. So, what is it? What is it that you need to decide? Is it an internal process? Is it a decision regarding someone else's interactions with you? Um, I think whatever needs to be decided, you need to make sure that you clean the lens and the filter you use to help you make these decisions. I think for quite a few of us, myself included, of course, many of us, our filters, the filters that we use to perceive our life circumstance and our interactions with others, they're clogged up by other people's gunk. And this is not about blaming others. This is about recognizing the effects of others on us, on our perception of ourselves. And when you begin to realize that you're using the traumas that other people have stored within them, you're using that to view your life and your decisions, that is not going to promote your internal peace. It's just not. It doesn't take care of your internal peace. It doesn't. I think what ends up happening is when we live that way, when we take in other people's traumas and trauma responses and their lack of ability to cope with the things that they are going through, and we allow that to injure us, we then also allow ourselves to become a lesser reflection of our own consciousness. Instead, we choose, some willingly, some unknowingly, we choose to be nothing more than a reflection of someone else's wounds and distorted perceptions. That's not going to help you to heal. It's just not. It's not. So what you're going to have to do is make sure you clean out your filters so that you can see clearly. You got to clean that out. You have to be aware of how other people, what you've witnessed them go through, what you went through because of them, how that has greatly distorted the way you see yourself, your life, and what you deserve. Right? Like, for me personally, I did not take into consideration the need for me to be healthy while I was still in my mid to late 20s, early 30s. And why is that? I'm not blaming my mother. I'm helping you to understand why by sharing this. Because I watched my mother be unhealthy my entire life. She martyred herself. And because that's what I witnessed, and because, she is basically the greatest expression for me of what a mother should be. I took that in. That's what a mother does. You allow yourself to be unhealthy. You sacrifice your happiness. You sacrifice everything, because if you don't, you're a bad mom. Until now, I don't do girls' day out. I don't do spa days. I don't do me time. It feels unnecessary. My mom didn't do it. I don't feel like I have to do it. But here's the thing, my mom didn't do it because she lived as a martyr. That was the expectation of a narcissistic partner. I don't do it because I fucking love being around my kids. My kids are hilarious. They are amazing to be with. Like, I have the type of children who, even if they weren't my kids, I would fucking hang out with them. I would hang out with them. Oh my God, my mini me. Jesus fucking Christ, the humor that guy has. I am cracking up I was telling him, like, bruh, what we gonna do, because we need to share this with the world, but no one can know you're my kid. So we're going to go ahead and start a YouTube channel, and you're just going to comment on fucking everything. Whatever video, you just go ahead and you provide commentary, and we'll just blur your face out. We'll like create an emoji. We will create an emoji because the zingers, you're fucking hilarious. Hilarious. Just hilarious. Hilarious. Like, that would heal so many people. Just fucking cackling at the shit you say. You say insane shit that's just hilarious. And can you blame me? I love being around my kids. I do. I don't not spend time by myself because I'm No, like, I thoroughly enjoy the little people that I get the honor of being a mom to. So now I'm in a space of reclaiming my energy, understanding I function the way I do because it's my choice to. It's no longer me simply having a trauma response and copying the behaviors of the women that came before me. My mother's side of the family, pretty much, and there's a lot. I have a huge family just on my mother's side. Quite a few females on my mother's side. And all of them, well, not all, a large portion of them have developed growths and cancerous type things in their breast. And it's just kind of this thing of, I don't want to just be that. I don't want to live like that, where I internalize all the pain. Like, I'm very, very blessed to have the family that I have, where they hold such a safe space for me to process my life and my pain and my traumas. I'm not vilified because I'm having a bad day. It's kind of like, Hey, you're having a bad day. You need a hug. You're like, do you want me to make you something to eat? I mean, not too many people have that, right? So if I have that safe space where I can process life, then I'm now obligated to process my life. Because the people who have the capacity to love you to that degree, they deserve to see the part of you that comes after you heal that wound. They deserve that. They've earned that, right? They've earned that. But, not a lot of us have that. Unfortunately, not a lot of us have that. And it's my hope that this time that I spend here with you guys provides you the very thing that I'm consistently provided 24 hours a day, if even for only 2 hours a day. Whenever I come live, I hope I'm able to provide you that so that you can have that 2 hours to begin processing life without fear of how people will see you. Someone tried to shame me recently, um, accused me of being a not so nice person because how dare I keep a schedule that doesn't involve withholding myself from all of you just so I could accommodate their demands to be placed first in line for shit that really there's a line for a reason. There's a line for a reason, right? No, I will not withhold myself from my entire community. This is time that is fit wherever it can be fit in my schedule to spend time with my community so I can give back. It's not me bullshitting for 2 hours because I got nothing else to do. This is time that is hardwired into my schedule. Notice I don't come live at the same time every day. You notice that. It's wherever it can fit, that's put in my schedule because this is not something I'm willing to compromise. Creating a space for you as often as I can so that you can heal, regardless of whether you have someone in your life or not. That is rightfully for you. This time and this space that we share together, that is rightfully for you. And I will fight a motherfucker who tries to tell me that you don't deserve to share that space with me for that time. I will be defiant as fuck over it. Why? Because it's rightfully for you. I know for many of you, you don't have the type of sacred space that my family holds for me consistently. And every time you're able to catch me, especially when I'm live, you're able to experience that sacred space just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. It's not a lot of time. For me, it is a lot of time. 2 hours is a large block of my day, but you are worth it. You're worth it. You are worth it because I see you as a reflection of me. You're worth it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And even if I'm not live, in the time that you spend watching any of my already recorded videos, I'm hoping that you're being provided that, right? That you are being provided that. People don't understand. I don't go live to expand my reach. If I wanted to expand my reach, I know how to do it. If I wanted to become a celebrity, I know how to do it. It was never about that. It was always about sharing the space with the people who need it. Reflections of me. Mhm. Oof. Mm. Ooh. The gravity of it just hit me so hard. Ooh, the gravity of the awareness that there are those in our community who have hurt as deeply as I have at some point. Ooh. Ooh, let me not mother goose this. Oh my God. Because I'm over here wanting to put you under my wings and carry you and like, cluck, 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 cluck. You got this. You got this. You don't need me to protect you from your own life, your own experiences, your own process of learning about how powerful you are. You don't need me to protect you from that. You just need a space where you can have a little bit of a break, right? A space where you can feel as though there's someone out there who knows exactly what I'm going through and they don't think badly of me. They know that I could tell them anything and they would just be like, I get it. Like I genuinely get it. Like, no, you're not a horrible person. Like it's a fucked up situation, but you're not a horrible person. It's part of the learning. Learn what you need to learn. You're gonna get through it. It's fine. You're gonna be fine. Right. And I hope I'm able to do that for you guys as often as you need it, just by simply being live. It's about claiming what's rightfully yours. This space is rightfully yours. This space where the peace is real, right? Why do you think there are so many attempts by specific individuals to disrupt the peace of our community? Why do you think? Because this is the space where you begin to heal the very things that are teaching you about how capable you actually are. And dark things will want to disrupt that, right? No. Ground yourself. Let your roots go even deeper into the soil of potentiality. Allow yourself to recognize just how capable you are, how much effort you're putting into your growth, just how much you are affecting every single aspect and process of your life. You have this in the bag. Whether you can give yourself the appropriate credit or not, you're already doing it. I was at the gym and there's this gal who no one knows who I am at the gym. I never tell anyone my name or what I do or any of that. I just no, private person in real life. But there's this girl who is super duper nice. She just she has the most beautiful energy. She's so complimentary and just very empowering. Like I adore her, right? I haven't seen her in quite a few months. Um, And today I was working out and I was just completely in my own world, trying to hurry up. And she came to like get my attention. And before she could get my attention, I sensed the energy. She creates such a safe space. Like for some reason, I thought it was my husband. And I turned like this, and she's really tall. And I happened to see a really tall person like really close to me, at which point I screamed so loud. And I was galloping like a pony in place because it freaked me the fuck out. Somebody was so close to me. And she was like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I was trying to get your attention. I wanted to point something out. And I was like, oh my God, you scared the shit out of me. I was so startled. And I didn't realize I needed her confirmation today. Haven't seen her in a while. I've been really just flustered because of my injury. And it's been going on for well over a year. I have adhesions in my back. I injured myself at one point, and I have adhesions in my back that prevent my left lat from expanding. I am curved on one side, and the other side I'm giving tree trunk. It's just no curve. And that just really fucks my head up because I'm such a perfectionist and I need symmetry. Because if I want to win, I need to be symmetrical. I need to have that X factor. I need to be able to expand my lats because I have a little ass fucking my hips are little. I'm a little person. And if I can expand my lat, fuck, bitch, I could win some shit. But I can't. I could expand one, but the other I can't. And I put so much fucking effort in lifting as heavy as I can to tear those fucking adhesions. It requires a tearing of the very thing my body did to protect me from more injury in order to heal what I hurt in the first place. I have to hurt myself again. Ain't that some shit? And so I lift heavy and I do single arm exercises, single side exercises. And I put so much emphasis on my back, on all of that. And it just feels like I'm not progressing because, again, I can expand my right lat, but not my left. It's some fucked off asymmetry. And it makes me feel some type of way about myself. And the funny thing is, I got that injury to begin with because I rejected the fact that I was going through a massive ascension cycle. It was this time of year, last year. Another cycle of extreme parasitic what the fuckery. Last year, though. And so this girl coming up to me, and I know she knows how to work out. She came up to me to let me know, like, girl, your back development is sick. And I was like, oh, stop. Right. And she goes, no, I'm so serious. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in a while. And like, holy shit, your back looks phenomenal. And I was like, really? She goes, yeah. And I was just like, stop. Are you being honest? Because I couldn't believe it. She goes, yeah. Oh my God, the development. And it's so symmetrical. And I was like, oh, no. Are you serious? Are you serious? And she goes, yeah. And then she looked at me like that because it's like, what? Why am I not believing her? At which point I told her, I don't know if I told you last year, like I had injured my rhomboid and my lat is stuck. I can't expand it. She goes, you can't tell. And I was like, oh, stop, girl, stop. And she goes, yeah, oh my gosh, you have this tiny little waist and like you have the Dorito. And I was like, oh, I have a Dorito. Yeah. I was like, damn, I didn't know I needed to hear that because it's been a rough time. It's been really rough. She goes, no, you look good. And I was just like, oh my God. Ah, ah. But I can't give myself the proper acknowledgement that's necessary. It's damn near impossible for me to acknowledge the way I've been doing everything I could possibly do to continue progressing. I'm doing it. To me, in my head, I'm fucking up. Time is ticking. I'm not going to get back these days, these weeks, these months. I'm just going to keep getting closer and closer and closer to the point where I'm going to have to decide, can I do a competition? I'm not going to do it if I can't win it. I will delay it because I deserve to know what it feels like to go pro in my first show. I deserve that. I've earned that. I have a very specific objective. Very, very, very specific objective. So when you have a very specific objective for your life and you can't see the progression, maybe it's because you're so zoomed in to what the problem is that you've been unwilling to zoom out enough to see the ways in which you've progressed. Can you see the way you've progressed? Can you see it? Are you willing to? Are you willing to claim what is rightfully yours? This awareness of how unfuckwithable you actually are. Yo, I'm about to spit some facts. Okay. I'm about to tell you something very factual. First and foremost, it requires me to ask you a question. Do you feel unexplainably drawn to me? Such a depth of resonance with me. If you are, and you can't explain why, you're just like, we resonate. You and I, we resonate with each other. Like, it just, I don't know. I'm drawn to you. I feel this towards you. That's because you are the same type of overachiever that I am. We the same. We're the same. You can see it in me, but you can't see it in yourself. Just like I can see it in you, but I can't see it in myself. We the same person. We have the same perception. We have the same unfair, unrealistic expectation of ourselves that we would never put on someone else because it wouldn't be fair. That would be like, oh my God, that's so mean. Like, no, I can't do that to someone. Yet you do it to yourself all the time, right? You do it to yourself all the time. We're the same. That's why you're drawn to me. You're drawn to me because maybe for the first time in your life, maybe not the first time, you see an expression of yourself existing outside of yourself. And you like it. You like it. You like what you see in me. You like the strength. You like the softness. You like all of it. Why? Is it because it's me? No. Those are the parts of you that you refuse to love about yourself. That's why. That's why. I was having a conversation a while ago, I think about 2 years ago at this point, with someone very, very dear to me. I hold such a depth of cherished space in my heart. They will always live there in that space in my heart. And I still distinctly remember this conversation. And it went something along the lines of, but you have a way of seeing things that I just, you think differently. And I was like, no, we don't. You think like me. It's just you don't give yourself permission to take it to that degree of awareness. If you didn't think like me, the things that I say would not make sense to you. Have you ever felt that? Where it's like, I'll say something and you're like, yes, oh my God, that's what I was trying to say. I couldn't figure out how to say it, but that is exactly what I wanted to say. That's it. That's it right there. Yeah, you were already thinking it. It's because we think the same. It's because we are neurodivergents. We see life the same. That's why I resonate with you. It's because we're the same. You see me and all these things that I can accomplish, and you're like, yeah, no, Emmy can do anything. Yeah, so can you. No. Bitch, would I lie to you? When have I lied to you? No filter, remember? Ew, I would not lie to you. I would not say things just to be nice to you. I'm totally that friend that would be like, yeah, no, girl, you're fucking up. No, that all of this is happening because you're fucking up. Like, you got to stop. You got to stop. You're fucking up. I don't have any problem telling people that. I really don't. It's not to make you feel bad. It's because if no one tells you, the root causation of your struggle. How are you ever going to fix it if you can't see it for yourself? How are you ever going to fix it? Like, this dear friend of mine went to go work out with me a couple months ago, and I lack awareness of body positioning while I'm working out. I have a twist in my spine and my pelvis, and I lack awareness of when I'm in a neutral stance and when I'm not. And they worked out with me, and in that one workout together, they were able to point out my foot positioning that was causing the tilt in my pelvis, a lateral tilt. All it took was them pointing that out for every single workout as I'm lifting in the middle of the movement. Hey, Emmy, you're squeezing there. Let that go. Release that. Tighten your core. All of these different things. And I could have been like, oh my God, you're so criticizing me. Like, I don't know why you're criticizing me. Like, no, they're not criticizing me. They're pointing out what I lack the ability to be aware of. Do you know what kind of gift that is? To be able to do that for someone? That completely changed my entire workout, not just for that day, but across the board. My awareness of the tilting of my pelvis has been thoroughly developed at this point. I can feel it now when my one leg is a little bit off. I can feel it. My muscle development is much more symmetrical. There's still some things to tweak, but that one workout together has greatly affected, in the most beneficial way, all the workouts that came after that. You have the capacity to be that profound in other people's lives. But first, you have to be willing to acknowledge and accept, reclaim the gravity of how powerful you are, the power of the effect of your existence. This is about really stepping into your proper place within your life, within your local environment, within your circle of friends, at your job, everything. Everything. Every single aspect of your life needs to be recalibrated at this point so that you could play the proper role you were designed to play. This is what you were made for. Whatever it is that you're supposed to do, this is what you were made for. You lack the awareness still. That's okay. We're developing that awareness together. As I have these conversations with you guys, that further develops my awareness of myself. Hopefully, it will inspire you to further cultivate your understanding and also your awareness of yourself, right? Your intuition is a huge part of this. Allowing your intuition to help guide you, to help you move through the process that you're currently in. So important. So important. I'm noticing a lot of these cards are upside down, they're in reverse. One of two things. The way you see yourself is very upside down. That needs to be corrected. You'll find a way to do that. Secondly, it's in reverse. That carries with it the implication that maybe you need to back up. You need to put that in reverse, back all the way up, because you've gone down the wrong path. That's not going to lead you anywhere constructive for yourself, and you're developing awareness of yourself and your purpose. So put that shit in reverse, back it up, back it up. Doot, 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 doot. Back it all the way up, boo. Back it up, shake your tail feather if you need to as you back it up. Back it up, back it up. Okay? Just back it on up. Just because you've gone 10 feet in the wrong direction does not mean you commit to staying going in that wrong direction. Uh, no, that's nonsensical. Once you realize you're headed in the wrong direction, you either make a U-turn or you just back it up. Back up. Continuing in the wrong direction is not going to suddenly make it the right direction. It's just not. It's just not. So that's one of the two messages that I get, noticing that many of these cards are upside down. How to back it up? It's very easy. Do the opposite of what you're currently doing. It's very easy. You're going down the wrong direction by thinking something negative about yourself, by ignoring your intuition. Okay, do the opposite. Start listening to your intuition. Start being gentle with yourself. See how your life changes. See how your life changes. I used to think that I have an attitude problem. I don't have an attitude problem. I have a highly developed ability to handle assholes. People who are assholish to me. Yeah, no, I could handle that. I don't have an attitude problem. I'm actually a really nice person. Very supportive and very, very, very patient with people. So by the time I get to that place where now I'm mirroring you, that's a fucking problem that you've presented to me, and I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. That doesn't make me an asshole. That makes me the asshole whisperer. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm serious. What? It's true. Do I have an attitude problem? I used to think that I do. I just now see myself as, spicy. Esa muy caliente. Esa muy caliente. Spicy. You don't like spicy? Don't go to a spicy kitchen. Don't order the spicy food. You cannot handle spice. Okay. That's fine. I'm not going to be less spicy. I remember one time my oldest has my oldest eats the spiciest things, like Thai spice. You understand the gravity of that? There's spicy level 1 through 4, I think it is. And then there's Thai spicy. One time we went to a Thai restaurant, a phenomenal restaurant. And he orders something and he's like, Thai spice. And the waiter's like, oh. And he goes, yeah. And of course, they're cooking his food, and we know they're cooking his food because now the entire staff in the kitchen is coughing. Like, oh, like that, right? Cooking his food. And I'm like, so then his food comes out, and the guy is like, it's very spicy. He goes, I like it. Okay. So he starts eating it, and ooh, it's spicy. He's sweating. He love it. He love it. He love it. And I'm just like, that's what you wanted. He goes, yeah. Oh, he's in pain now. He like it though. He keeps eating it. He likes it. I'm like, go right on. Go right on. You know what you're getting yourself into. People know what they are getting themselves into dealing with you when they see you in your most authentic state. Now, if you're hiding it, like how I used to hide it, I used to hide my degree of spiciness. I used to hide that because I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. I refused to claim what is rightfully mine, a type of power that's extremely hard to subvert, regardless of how demonic your ass is. Right. All right. Yeah. So now these days, it's like, you want to engage me like that? I mean, shit, you know who I am. You know how I am. That shit's on you. It's on you. It's legit on you. I once had someone who was like, "Oh, this was not what I was expecting." And I was like, "You found me from my videos, right? What the fuck was you expecting?" Because me on my videos is not me acting. Like, that's legit who I am, how I am. What were you expecting? For me to lie to you? Do you not hear the shit that comes out my mouth in my live streams? Oh, ah, I see. You're one of those. What does that mean? You're one of those people who think that you should be the exception for everything. No, baby boo. I'm not going to suddenly start lying to accommodate your fragile ego. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Yeah. Sorry that I'm not sorry, because there was nothing that I said that was intended to be offensive or rude. It was simply a matter of, hey, there's some questionable people that you're trying to partner up with. You got to be careful about that. But you took that as though I was talking shit. Well, partner up. I don't care. That's your life. Partner up with them. Partner up with them. That's none of my business. I gave you the information that the cards presented, and that's that. That's that. Right? Reclaiming what is rightfully yours requires tremendous courage to be honest about what is rightfully yours, who you are, and what you deserve. Right? You have that courage. Allow for the balance to occur. You have that courage. You have everything that is necessary. Everything that is necessary for you to succeed with whatever objective you're trying to bring to fruition. You have all of that. You have all of that. Hope. So there's something that's trying to convince you that whatever it is you're trying to do, whatever it is you're trying to make happen for yourself, that it's hopeless. Lies. Pinche cabrón. Those are lies. Those are lies. 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 There are people in your environment that do not want you to accomplish the things you were destined to accomplish. That's not your problem until you make it your problem by taking it in as a truth when it's a lie. Allow yourself to be honest with yourself when you deal with people who have a forked tongue. Okay. I'm saying not all snakes were made the same. So I grew up handling snakes. Not even joking. I'm like, tomboy, hello, live near a creek, caught all kind of snakes, garter snakes, gopher snakes, all kind of shit. I swear to God, it was like a Dr. Doolittle episode for a large portion of my life. Chickens, baby pigeons, all kind of shit, right? And here's the thing though. I remember I think I was 18. I was 18. I just graduated high school. And I went to my brother's townhouse, and he's like Asian Steve Irwin. Like, he has all of these random ass fucking crazy exotic animals as pets. Who does that? He does. So he had I don't know where he got this snake from. They should just tell you, okay? It was not a boa because those don't get as big. It was a reticulated python. My fucking God. I don't know. It was fresh from the swamp or something. He thought he was Tarzan. He would sleep with it. It just, I don't know. I don't know. But he thought it was docile, and it was not. It was not. So one day I'm at his townhouse, and he has an empty, like a spare bedroom where he has some workout stuff in there. And I am on the stationary bike in there. Right. I'm just listening to music, riding the stationary bike because I'm like, oh, I want to do a pageant and I'm just going to do cardio at your house and blah, 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 blah. And so he's like, yeah, no, come over. And so the door slowly opens as I'm on the bike, except there was no human that opened the door. It was like a 15, 17-foot python. Its head was the size of my fist and its body was fucking huge, right? And it's slowly slithering to me. And I'm like, hey, no, nope, no. And I start screaming for my brother because, like, I could sense the snake had intentions with me. I must have been 90 something pounds and it had intentions with me. I'm not even joking. To the degree where when my brother grabbed it by the tail to pull it out of the room, it was so hell bent on reaching me that it completely lifted off of the floor and he was leaned back trying to pull the snake back. At which point I was standing on the handlebars of the stationary bike screaming, it's not funny. I'm not joking. It's not funny. It's not funny. I'm not joking. Yeah. Yes. Yes. And he couldn't stop it. Luckily, his girlfriend was home and he yelled for her to get a pillowcase and they had to cover its eyes because it wanted me so badly. Not all snakes are made the same. That one wanted to eat me, literally eat me. And there was nothing I was going to be able to do once it wraps around me. It literally, I could hear it. I was tiny, tiny. And I was on this handlebars and I told him, I'm never coming over your place again until that's fucking gone. Like, I will tolerate a lot of different wild animals. Not that. Not that. That shit's fresh from the swamp. Release it back into the wild. Whoever you got that from, give it back. Give it back. Give it back. I think for some of you, you're dealing with that type of snake. Someone who will lie and cheat and do anything and everything to stop you from getting that much further into your process. That's not good. You have to be aware of the type of snakes you keep in your company. You have to be aware of this. You have such a highly developed intuition. You pretend like you're not intuitive. That's a lie. I won't lie to you the way you lie to yourself. That's a lie. You're extremely intuitive. You see things clearly. You know who this is if you have someone like this in your life. You know exactly who it is. But again, you're like, I don't want to be mean though. That's so mean. They haven't done anything yet. Yet. Every single person that I've had that type of feeling towards, give them enough time and they will do it. They don't care that you're a good person. You being a good person and denying the reality of what your intuition is telling you is emboldening those type of people to do what they're going to do. They just haven't had the proper opportunity yet. The proper opportunity to do this to you, whatever this is. It's something not good. Whatever this is, they haven't gotten the perfect opportunity. Not yet. Not yet. And the longer you wait to neutralize that person and their negative impact on your life, the worse the consequence will be once they actually put things into action. So just know that. I've gone through multiple cycles of this to learn it really, really well. Just know that. Okay. So, what you think is simply an energetic process, you're failing to realize that this will have a very real ramification on your earthly existence, on your day to day life. I mean, this is what I've learned over and over and over. I think that, oh, you know what? I'm just going to ignore it. I'm just going to this. I'm just going to that because, all these really asinine reasons that I use as excuses for other people. And yeah, I don't know how I keep surviving those type of circumstances, but I do. And now I'm at a point where, bitch, I'm not just here to fucking survive the malignant intentions of evil, wicked ass people. Like, I'm done with that shit. I'm done with that. I'm done with it. It doesn't matter who you are. Once I'm shown by my own soul that you are a malignant person and your malignancy is directed at me covertly, I'm good. I'm out. I'm good. I'm good. I'm so fucking good off of that. I'm so fucking good off of that shit. Honey, let me tell you. I used to think like, well, I don't want them to think badly of me. I don't want them to feel like I abandoned them when they needed me the most. Um, At the end, when these various individuals began their campaign to try and just absolutely destroy me, I had one person tell me just straight up that I should consider killing myself. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Like, he literally said that to me. That, I'm the issue. And maybe I need to start seeing that, uh, a lot of people's lives would be much better if I found the courage to kill myself. Yeah. You see, once they start whatever it is they have planned for you, it's not going to matter. They're going to think shit of you anyways. I mean, they already do. They just don't have the courage to showcase it outwardly yet. They already do. They already do. There are people who exist who are like that. You know who their primary target is? People like you and I. I said what I said. Their primary target is people like you and I. Why? Because they know you'll make the excuses for them. They'll get away with their shit. They know. They've been watching you for a while. They see the struggles you have with claiming the truth of your power, your authority over yourself. They know they'll get away with it. They know you won't do anything about it. Woo! Dimmy. Dimmy. This happened to me 2 weeks ago. Blocked that person from my life right away. I knew this could happen, but still gave them the benefit. I want no explanation. I was so done. Good. Stay done, girlfriend. Stay done. Be done. Stay done. Be done. Stay done. Conduct yourself as though you actually are done. I'm glad you're done. I'm glad you are done. You don't deserve that. Whatever that is, whatever they were trying, you didn't deserve that. You didn't deserve that. People don't need the benefit of the doubt. The moment I doubt someone is the moment I decide you do not have a place in my life. I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. I can't. I can't do this learning with you. I'm done with it. Right? I instead am choosing to just reestablish peace in my life in your absence. I'm good. I'm good. Like earlier today, my husband and I were listening to the radio, and there's this radio station where there's many radio stations that do this thing where they do a prank call. Well, these prank calls happen to be where um, one person who's in a partnership of some kind is suspecting that their partner is being dishonest, lying, cheating, stepping out on the relationship, this and that. And I asked my husband, like, what is the point of all that? The moment you begin to feel like you can't trust the person, like, I don't even need proof. I'm just out. I'm out. I'm done. That's just fucking dumb. That's dumb. There's billions of people in this world. Do you need proof? You know they're doing shit. That's why you feel that. That's why you're seeking proof. You already know. You already know. You know it. I've in the past had people ask me to confirm something about their relationship. And it's like, first and foremost, it makes me very uncomfortable for you to give me power over your relationship to the degree that something I say will dictate whether or not your relationship will continue. That's very uncomfortable for me. Secondly, the fact that you're asking tells me you already know, but you don't want to believe it. So there's your answer. You already know. You already know. You already know. We want revenge though, Em. Kel, don't do it. Don't do it. It's a test. When you begin to deal in the realm of revenge rather than correction, and the difference between revenge and correction is that you are in the midst of experiencing the negative effects and you're needing to correct it in order to no longer receive the negative effects of whatever the circumstance is. Revenge is you've already exited. It's no longer an actual thing. You've exited. You didn't get as burned as you were gonna get because you knew, you listened to that knowing, and you exited. So when you go for revenge, the potentiality of that becoming a powder keg, meaning it's going to blow up in your face, extremely high. Extremely high. I don't deal in revenge ever. Sometimes I do want to. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I'm a regular person. Sometimes I'd be like, ooh, I want to fuck your ass up. But I'm like, no, no, that's not how I am. That's not who I am. If it's that severe, then I need to take legal action. If I don't have the ability to take legal action, that means it's not something that's that severe. I need to just move forward. Um, yeah, it just, it is what it is. All I need to do is learn all the telltale signs that I had been seeing but ignoring, right? Like for example, when someone is so super comfortable talking shit about all kind of people around you or to you, makes me kind of wonder, like, what makes you feel so comfortable talking shit about everybody to me? And what's the difference between me and other people? Eventually, you're going to do that to me too. So first and foremost, I'm not going to tell you anything. This is not going to be a combined thing of like, we're going to bond because of our mutual hatred of a person. Whatever happened between me and a person, that's between me and a person. I don't need to involve nobody in that shit. I'm going to feel whatever I'm going to feel because of what that person did to me. No, I don't need to involve anybody in that shit because that's fucking cowardly. You can't handle someone on your own. You need to like form a task force. Fucking cowardly. So that's just not how I am. Secondly, you're going to do it to me. It's only a matter of time. I don't even have to do anything. You just have to perceive me as a threat to you. And then you're going to take preemptive action. You're going to strike at me before I could do it to you. Because again, you're fucking shady. Whoever that person is, they're shady. They're insecure. This is how they live. I'm going to fuck you over before you can do to me what I'm already planning to do to you. I don't deal with revenge ever. You're either in my life or you're not. And if you're not, you're never going to be in my life again. You're just not. You're just not. And that's that. But I mean, they blah, 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 blah. I found that the most potent form of punishment that I could ever dole out is to permanently excommunicate you from my life. That just drives people wild for some reason. It does. It does. It's like the ultimate punishment. What's the ultimate punishment? Living my life like you never existed. That just does something to someone. By the time I do that, I've already determined you're obsessed with me. You can't ever leave me alone. You're obsessed. You think of me all the time. And ooh, what a fucking punishment. Knowing that you watch every single one of my videos and I keep living like you never even existed. That shit burns like a motherfucker for people like that. No, it's not me pretending. It's me literally living like you never existed. Not even caring what the fuck you say about me to other people. Not caring if you post about me, make videos about I don't give a fuck at all. At all. And let me tell you, the one sign that you never invite to enter into their most toxic existence, Pisceans. Pisceans. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me there's another sign more toxic than a toxic Piscean. We have you hurting in ways you never thought you could. Zero effort on our end. And the stamina that a toxic Piscean has, like Jesus fucking Christ. What in the satanic ass shit is going on? Nothing. I'm just a Piscean scorned. You never forget that Piscean. Ever. Ever. To date, the longest period that someone has been stuck in that state, this is someone that I knew when I was 16 years old. To this day, this motherfucker, I swear to God, he's still hoping that at some point soon, I'm going to be like, all right, I'm not mad at you anymore. Let's get back together. Like, I've loved you this whole time. No, I haven't. I haven't. You're a fucking hemorrhoid. Go away. Go away. Like, I don't want anything to do with you. Just go away. Like, gross. It's like 30 something years at this point. It's ew. Ew. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ew. Your existence besmirched the sanctity of mine. Yeah. Don't bother with a revenge. The best revenge is not caring enough to even need to have revenge. It's like you're just so irrelevant, especially if it's a Piscean in the first half. Right? Because we also have that Aquarius cusp. I'm a cusper. What's that mean? I'll fillet you with my words while I demurely smile. You'll never see it coming. Don't invite me to go toxic. It's excessive over there. I don't need to do any revenge. Yeah. I've also found, and hopefully the people who need to hear this will hear it, and it will give you some sense of relief and justice. Shitty people live shitty lives. You don't even have to do anything. They're gonna have shitty things happen to them because they're shitty people. They're shitty people. You don't have to do anything. You don't. You don't. I mean, how shitty and stupid do you have to be to have had the honor of being loved by someone like me, someone who just loves so wholeheartedly, right? Like, for real, anyone who knows me knows this. Like, if I got you, I fucking got you. I don't give a shit what you did. I got you. What time do we ride? Because fuck that shit. Nobody gonna be fucking with you. I got you, boo. And then to try and like, what? Oh, you're dumb. Oh, you're shitty and you're dumb. Mm, no more. No more. That's that. It's done. No, I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't know who that is. No, wrong number. You're never going to find another friend like me. You're just never going to find another friend like me. I know what kind of friendship I bring to a table. You're never going to find another friend like me. You're just not. You're just not. Let's just say I'm the type of friend where if I know that you're in hardship, I'll create a position in my company for you just so that I could give you over $1,000 a month just to help you. So that way you don't feel like I'm donating it to you. So you don't feel like it's a charity case, even though it is. And that doesn't include all the gifts and all the support that I consistently give. And I even go so far as to let you feel as though you are doing me a favor by accepting that money. It's not to create a dependency on me. It's because I want to see you living as though you're thriving. That's the kind of friendship I bring. So when I take my friendship away, it means you're a big time fucking asshole and you were never worthy of me. And I'm not going to feel bad either. And I'm just going to be like, all right, bitch, peace. I'm good. You think it's a loss? It's not a loss to me. When you live your life in such a way that your presence in other people's lives is always a benefit to them, and it's always skewed where there's no benefit to you, that's a problem. That's a problem. It's not you being a good person. It's you not loving yourself. So these days, I don't need to pay friends. People who are my friends They love me as deeply as I love them. It's a mutually beneficial connection. There's not one giving more than the other. And they will not just keep accepting. And they are quick to remind me, like, that's not why you're my friend, right? Like, you don't got to do all that. Like, you could just chill. You could just chill. Like, it's not that big a deal. You don't need to do all that shit. Like, I'm going to be your friend because I'm your friend. Right? I'm completely done with the people who feed into my insecurities about who I am, how I am, the gravity of the person that I am. I don't do that anymore. I just don't. Because I'm learning as I heal that I shouldn't have to do that to be worthy of you. And I will still do that at times. Give because it feels right to give. No, I don't share it with other people. I know. There are those of you who are like, you need to make it public, the things that you do privately, because um, it will help to inspire others. And it's just, I'm working through the insecurities that exist. I'm working on claiming what is rightfully mine, which is what? Um, my obligation to exist as inspiration for others who don't have the courage yet to step into their proper role and their divine purpose. My purpose is to help when soul instructs me to, not anyone else. It has to come from my soul. Because if it doesn't come from my soul, what I've learned is that desire to help comes from my insecurity. There's a very powerful and also very painful realization that a lot of the times in the past when I went out of my way to help, it was because I subconsciously found another person to initiate a very unhealthy codependent cycle with. It is okay. Not everyone needs to need me. That doesn't take from my worth, my value, the goodness that I am, just because I realize all the things that I used to do that were rooted in my insecurities, my fears, that distorted perception I once carried deep in my heart about myself. I tell you this, of all the people in the world, of all the thousands and thousands and thousands of people who have at some point witnessed me, Michael says to check. Hold on. Check what? What do you want me to check? Hold on. He says, oops. He says, go to my YouTube. Like my channel, like a video or just the channel? The channel. And then he says, oh, good God. My channel has received 2,423,562 views thus far. Is that a lot? I don't think that's a lot. Maybe if it's like in the 100 millions, that would be. I don't know. That's like subpar. That's subpar. That's like, okay. Hey, guys, you're missing the point. I don't know what the point is now. You distracted me. You know I have a squirrel brain. What did you want me to talk about? That's subpar. It's only 2 million. That's not even like anywhere near where I'm supposed to be. You know that. I know that. We both know that. Well, motherfucker, I'm shadow banned. He goes, what are you going to do about this? Not a goddamn thing. I'm shadow banned still. It's been a couple years. um, he distracted me. I don't know what I was talking about now. The more I heal, the more friends I let go. Painful to realize they weren't friends to begin with. Ooh. That realization that someone you counted as a friend never saw you in that way to begin with. I know that pain. I know that pain. And I think for me personally, and I'm sure it also ties into your experience, the ocean soul. Um, the reason it hurts is because I couldn't understand why I wasn't enough to be seen as a friend by someone that I've loved so deeply. You know, like why wasn't it enough? Why wasn't my friendship, my love, my effort, why wasn't it enough? And then comes the reality of the truth. It wasn't that it wasn't enough. It's that I was giving to those who didn't understand, lack the capacity, the willingness, the ability to grasp the gravity. Like, wow. Like, there's not many people who have unrestricted access to me. My life is very controlled. Access to me is very controlled. Very, very, very fucking controlled. Right? It has to be that way because I fucking don't have boundaries. I don't. I'm still working on saying no. So many of the things I will just fucking say yes to everything. It's just kind of how I am. So it has to be very controlled. My husband protects me from a lot of that shit, right? And it was this thing of like, at one point there was an individual who had unrestricted access to me, and I was being given messages by soul for them, and it was like they didn't want to hear it. And it was almost like they needed me to try and convince them. And I didn't quite understand, like, what the fuck is happening? What is this about, right? They didn't have the capacity to receive the gravity of the message because the message was very intense. They did not have the capacity to receive that. It wasn't that I wasn't enough. It's that it went beyond what they had the capacity to grasp. So there was a misalignment. And that misalignment needed to be corrected because it's this thing of I need to not do that kind of thing. And I go through these cycles every once in a while. I'll realize like I need to get the fuck back in my lane. Let me not. Let me not. I'm sensing a little bit of my control issues coming forward. Like you received whatever message already. I'm going to leave that alone. I need to stop. Like recently in one of the live streams, there is a viewer who I cherish, and they were having these comments, and I kept like, I could help, let me help. And I couldn't let it go. I just kept like, I could help you. I could help you, to the point where my husband is like, let it go. And it had nothing to do with a person. And I'm sorry your feelings got hurt. It had nothing to do with a person. It had everything to do with my husband needing to remind me, like, I'm crossing a boundary. If they wanted me to do this for them, they would let me know. I have to stop insisting and insisting and insisting. And it's like, I needed that reminder. I needed that reminder. Like, no, Emmy, you are bordering on being disrespectful to someone else's sovereignty. You're putting them on the spot. Like, keep insisting, like, I could help you. Just let me help you. Just let me help. Like, stop. Stop. You made the offer. They did not accept the offer. They need to accept the offer, or you need to stop. And so I needed that reminder from my husband, like, hey, let it go. Refocus on what you're reading. for everybody. Finish your reading. You have to stay on schedule with all of these other things you need to do, right? So it's that thing of, we're consistently going to be in a space of learning about ourselves and the processes that we're in. Sometimes it's not because you weren't enough or that they didn't appreciate you. Sometimes it's because people need to go through the things they need to go through to learn what they need to learn, and you cannot interfere. You're not allowed to. So don't. I'm learning to love people in such a way that always sets them free to live their life in the way they need to learn and grow in the way they choose, right? Oh gosh, the card let go, but it's in reverse. So again, it's this thing of you not letting go. Claiming what is rightfully yours will require both your hands to grasp it. Oof. That means you can't use one of your hands to continue to hold on to the insecurities that have prevented you from moving forward in your understanding of yourself. Sometimes claiming what is rightfully yours requires both your hands to hold what is being given to you by soul. So you need to let yourself shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. So just shine, blind motherfuckers. Shine, just shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Ooh, a helping hand is reaching out. Okay. So, connection. There's not a connection, though. This is someone reaching out. Right now, you're disconnected. I don't know if this is someone that you need to connect with. Hmm. Starfish are disgusting. Have you ever seen footage of what starfish do? They're disgusting. Okay, wait. What does it? Hold on. Maria, I love you. I know you would never take advantage of me. That's why I kept offering. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I started that whole thing. I'm very, very sorry. I didn't want your feelings to be hurt. And I know you would never take advantage of me. I need to remember my place and to not continue to insist. And that's all he was doing, was reminding me, like, I have to respect whatever you've decided. That was all it was. So starfish. Let's see. Starfish. Keep your senses open to the new opportunities that are about to appear and trust your intuition about which are the right ones to take advantage of. Ooh. Ooh. No, you weren't out of line. I take full responsibility for my actions. I kept trying to twist your arm to let me help. And that's not even helping anymore. That's me forcing upon you my perception. You're fully capable of handling everything you need to handle. You're fully capable of that. And it was a very powerful reminder for me to, be more respectful and more mindful of the ways in which I can sometimes, even with the greatest intentions, cross boundaries with people that I cherish. I'm a mama bear at heart. And, just like I have to remind myself with my kids, like, you need to let them make decisions. You need to let them learn on their own terms. And same applies for all of you guys who I really cherish. I need to be respectful of your guys' decisions. So, in spite of what others say, do things the way you want to, even if it's unusual or different from how most people would do them. There's no need to hurry. So, take your time getting to where you want to go. The whole thing with a starfish, claiming what is rightfully yours, it's about doing it on your own time, at your own pace, letting you be the one to select the different details. Hi, colors. You popped in my head like 2 weeks ago. I hope everything is good. So the starfish, someone in your circle of friends or family is in need of your compassionate understanding. Okay. Meditate on the felt connection to all that is in your place on earth and in the cosmos. In spite of any recent losses, trust that you'll recover fully and start anew. So everything is going to be turned around for you guys, you know. Um there's a lot that needs to be just allowed to occur. Um But even in that, allowing it to occur, it needs to be your decisions. You need to be the one to select the options, okay? Influence. You have influence over the outcome. You have influence over the degree of peace you have in your life, or lack of peace, the degree of lack of peace. Friction in reverse. There doesn't need to be friction to that degree where fires are being started. There's a minimal degree of friction that's necessary in order for that forward progression, in order for the movement. But you have to be mindful of all of these, right? Hi, D-Nest. Reaction in reverse. You have to be careful about being reactive to situations. Pause. Pause. Claiming what is rightfully yours requires you to go from a state of simply being reactive and consciously choosing to enter into a state of responding. The difference between a reaction and a response is, in a reaction, someone else has power over you. You are simply reacting in the way they are causing you to feel, right? So it's all about them having that type of influence and control over you, your actions, and all of that jazz. In a response, you're pausing. You're consciously choosing what to communicate in response to a trigger, right? There will be people who will try and trigger you, um, because they like to see you triggered. They think it's cute. They think it's funny. They think it's la 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 la. Yeah, no, no. Don't just react. As much as possible, pause and cultivate a very cognitive response where you take into consideration how that response will be received and the types of circumstance that will arise from that response. You have to take everything in context. Communications, intentions, you have to put it in context, okay? Stretch in reverse. This is telling me that you're either at risk or you've already become very inflexible because all of these different things that have happened. It's important to always maintain flexible strength. Your adaptability is a superpower. Lack of adaptability causes you to be more susceptible to people's efforts to destroy you, to break you, to shatter your world and your efforts. Abso-fucking-lutely no. No. Flexible strength where you can bend and move and sway, right? People think that if you're flexible, then somehow you're weak. Okay. Here's the thing. There are certain types of wood that are hardwood. If you take um, a sapling made of hardwood, that's a baby tree. It's a sapling, so it's not that thick yet. And you can go ahead and you can snap it. It will snap. The tree will die, right? You compare that tree that's very inflexible, it's hard wood. People think that's a very strong wood. And there's strength to it. There's also tremendous vulnerability and weakness in that. You compare the tensile strength of that hardwood with the tensile strength of, say, a weeping willow. That shit will bend and sway. Have you ever been spanked with a weeping willow? Those really pliable woods? Holy fucking shit. The way that feels if you're spanked with it. My God. My God. So I had this friend who believed in spanking. That hurts my heart. I had this friend that believed in spanking, and she would threaten her toddlers with a wooden spoon. She would just be like, "Do I need to get the spoon?" And I was like, "Oh my God, that's fucked up." She shared with me one day, and I just like looked at her differently after that. She shared with me one day that the best type of wooden spoon to use is a wooden spoon that's slotted or has the hole for pasta in the center of it. Um, Either of those two spoons, because as you go to spank the child, the lack of air resistance, it will thwack harder. And she said if they're really naughty, she would go ahead and she would leave one of those wooden spoons soaking in water overnight. I'm like, girl, this is so bad. Like, don't spank them. That's horrible. That they're babies. They're babies. Your kids are not even misbehaved. And she's like, that's why they're not. And I was like, I can't. I can't. No. Yeah. No. No. If you allow yourself to recognize the ways in which your inflexibility has led to your internal destruction, you'll begin to hopefully see the importance of remaining flexibly strong. Like, people can try whatever they want to try. I might cry after a certain point of frustration. I might cry, but that's not me breaking. That's me releasing all of this pent up aggression that I want to use to fuck your whole world up. That's, you know, no. What the fuck? Someone's trying to access my folders on my laptop. Someone is trying to remotely access my laptop. So long as you remain connected and attempting to access my laptop, I'm going to bore a fucking hole in your head and it's going to hurt. Don't entice me. Do not entice me. And just for the record, no files are kept on this laptop. This laptop is strictly for live streaming. Best you're going to get is thumbnails. Maybe 3 of them. No files of importance to me are ever kept in a hot folder. I'm telling you. Yeah. My patience with people's fuckery. Be careful about pushing me too far. You need to be very careful about pushing me too far. It's a lot of pent up rage inside me from years of people fucking with me with no consequence to them. It's a lot. Hmm. What do you guys think is the appropriate reaction for this? Because let me tell you. Let me tell you. No, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to carry on. Time. Time. Take the time. Journeying through the abyss of the psyche, things are heating up. And there's a little head explosion emoji with it too. That's fascinating. Fascinating. Journeying through the abyss. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's pull one final card because I need to be in touch with my team. All right. Let's pull that final card. All right. Mm-hmm. Here it goes. It is beginning. Card number 40, Blessing of Al Hakim. Sell your cleverness and buy bewilderment. Cleverness is opinion, bewilderment is vision. The gift of wisdom, the blessing of Al Hakim gurgles up from your heart. Her blessing is evoked by life like the laughter of a babe, joyfully responding to the playful tickle of the mother's hand. Wisdom can make divine sense of anything, especially of that where logic is blinded. How I revere the blessing of Al Hakim of wisdom, for she is precious and welcome to me now and always, the dear friend who brings me such peace. A blessing of divine wisdom of Al Hakim is being ministered to your soul, watched over by Rumi himself. This is soul medicine. It is a spiritual gift of healing, prophecy, insight, and the capacity to surrender any impatient claim for what you cannot yet have. As you receive this gift, this blessing, which happens at a soul level, your attitude to life becomes more curious, open, still, and receptive. You no longer have to drive the unfoldment of your desires into form. You rest in assurance that your daily application and effort is enough, and so is your surrender. Mental anguish is soothed, and you're able to accept the unfathomable nature of divinity in its expression of life as itself. You become comfortable with the reality that the price of being closer to the divine is the giving up of your need to always understand. From this place of increasing stillness, great activity will flow. You shall become capable of being the surrendered vessel to the guiding divine hand. And truly great contributions to the human soul evolving can occur through you. So much will simply emerge, erupt, pulsate, and emanate out of you. And yet you will feel within as though you are doing nothing at all, even while so much is happening through you. Such holy paradox shall become your daily experience. You may feel unexpectedly, perhaps, that in some ways your vision for your life and purpose, your divine passion, is clearer than ever before, and in other ways, completely unknown to you, a discovery yet to be made. That is as it should be. Wisdom bestows upon us the sane capacity to work with the opportunities that are right before us, to release situations and circumstances that have passed, and to allow the future to take its shape according to the ineffable timing of life itself. This oracle comes with special guidance for you. If you are uncertain about an issue in your life, be at peace. There is divine healing that can occur most readily in the unknowing. Follow the sacred honoring ritual and know that all is indeed well, beloved soul. Perhaps you're journeying very deep indeed, and your allegiance to your intellectual mind is softening in favor of allegiance to your heart knowing. You may find yourself craving different company with different interests, or finding the world of opinions and debate rather less to your liking, and the worlds of creative expression more nurturing and nourishing to your essence. If this is the case, this oracle comes as confirmation to trust in the changes you feel within, in any and all ways, no matter how insignificant or dramatic they may seem. Know that they are seedlings of a new way that shall grow from one step into an entirely new and more sacred orientation in your life. You will not necessarily have any idea how that will happen or what it will look like. This matters not. The acorn becomes the oak because that is its innate destiny. It happens without any active participation apart from a willingness to grow through life. So it is with the precious blooming now happening within your soul. To know less can bring the greatest gift and blessing of all, to be able to love and therefore live more freely. This oracle comes with special guidance to bring you peace. Look to the old ways, to the ancient wisdom teachings that run as one vein of life, giving love through all traditions. The old wisdoms teach of cycles, of timing, of letting go to allow for new life to happen, and of the greater intelligence and scheme of life to which we must surrender if we are ever to know even a moment's peace. The fire in your belly is a beautiful aspect of you. Just let it be the breath that swirls around and through the heart that ignites it, not the passing huffing and puffing of the impatient mind. For when the fire in the belly is fanned by the breath of the heart, you shall have peace and dynamic movement, restful stillness, and soul-inspired action all at once. You shall become one with the living holy paradox, and the healing power of your love shall know no bounds. Woo! Testing, 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 nothing but testing you, testing to see if you will hold to your integrity, testing to see if you could be lured into questionable practice, testing, 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 claiming what is rightfully yours. Part of claiming what is rightfully yours is knowing how to harness your power with intention. And in order to know beyond the shadow of any doubt that that is what you are doing, you will be tested and invited to enter into a dark space of intoxicating misuse of your own power. Don't fall for it. Do not fall for it. Hold tight to your integrity and your grace for yourself, claiming what is rightfully yours. It is already in your hands. Hold nothing but yourself. Hold nothing but your integrity. What is rightfully yours is already in your grasp. Don't fall for the trick. You are being tricked. Something is trying to sway you into the dark distortions so that you will act out of character, so that you will act outside of integrity and grace. Don't do it. Don't do it. Know when you are being toyed with. Know what type of power you wield. Remain always in your space of integrity and internal peace. Okay? So, guys, time for me to go. Time for me to go. I hope today's space that we've shared is one that empowers and fuels your rise. I hope that today is quite possibly the first day of you really truly stepping into that space of consciously cultivating the power you have inside you. Use everything that you are to build the life that is worthy of you. Nothing less. Love yourself enough to know what you should and should not allow, what you should and should not tolerate. Everything's going to be fine. You are going to experience a type of victory that you have never experienced in this life. Let everything unfold in the way it's designed to. And let go of your grasp on that invitation to enter into your toxic spaces. We all have them. I do as well. And whether I tap into that or tap into my elevated, responsible use of my personal power over my life, it's solely up to me whether I will do that or not. Just like you are the only one who is actually in control of the way your life unfolds. Don't believe that lie that other people have that type of power over you. They will try. They will try to convince you and they will try to take that power from you. It doesn't work without your consent and participation. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Hold your power. Hold your courage. Your life's about to change in the most beautiful ways. Hold space only for that. Everything unnecessary will fall away. Let it. Let it. Let it fall away. Don't look back. Keep going. Keep going. Guys, please give this video a thumbs up If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. Who knows? Maybe I'll do readings today just because. I don't know if I have time. I don't know what my schedule is. I got 2 minutes of free time before my day fully starts. Um, we shall see. We shall see. If anything, I'll at the very least do readings on Saturday or Sunday, and I'll find a way to spend more time with you guys. So please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. If you would like your own personal reading from me, go ahead and check out this QR code. The link is in the comments. If you would like to get some very clear assistance with starting your own business, letting your soul use me to speak to you clearly about how to move through this process, check out this QR code, and the link is in the comments. If you'd like to see what type of sessions I have available, private sessions, we do still have our holiday sale going, 40% off of private sessions, and I believe 35% off of my apothecary. Go check it out. Click on this QR code, and the link is also in the comments. I will see you guys again very soon. Bye, everyone.